right, dear friend, welcome back to another edition. This is a special one, like I told you, and I promised you that I was going to come back with more on Victor Osimhen, right? Okay, before then, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to the channel and let me know where you are watching from by sending me your comment in the comment section. Like the video and share the video. I'll appreciate it if you like the video and you share the video and you send me your comment. I'll be very much grateful to you. Well, we are kicking off with Manchester United. Before we go back to Chelsea and Victor Osimhen, we are kick-starting now with breaking news from Manchester United. Manchester United CEO Richard Arnold leaves the club by end of the year. This is part of changes with Enio set to complete the acquisition of a 25% stake in the club. Patrick Stewart will be the interim CEO. Yeah, as revealed by Sky. What that means is that the company owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Ineos, they are set to complete the acquisition of 25% stake in the club. And the CEO of Manchester United, Richard Arnold, is set to leave. These guys, they are also coming with their own, team. So at the end of the season, the CEO, who has been in Manchester for over 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, 10 to 15 years, if I'm not mistaken, he will be leaving the club at the end of the season. And then Patrick Stewart will be the interim CEO until a new substantive CEO is announced by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That is the news from Manchester United camp. That's the news from Manchester United camp. Well, now back to Chelsea. Chelsea are potential suitors for Ivan Ferguson. Ivan Ferguson. Ivan Ferguson. You know where Ivan Ferguson is coming from? Why I'm repeating it? Tony Bloom is of the belief Ferguson is now worth even more than former teammate Mauricio, who cost Chelsea a British record fee of £115 million. Ivan Ferguson, Chelsea, we are not coming. Tony Bloom, we are not coming. We don't need him. The same man who sold Mauricio for us, Mauricio was worth £80 million. Before we realized we bought him for £150 million. Tony Bloom, we are not coming. You can price him. If you put $1 billion price tag on him, Chelsea, we are not coming. Which one is Chelsea are potential suitors? Are we just here to waste money? Ivan Ferguson is a good player, I know, perfectly. But where he is coming from, Tony Bloom, Brighton, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we are not coming. Maybe our next door neighbors, Arsenal, can have him. Yeah, Arsenal, at least Thomas Partey, very soon we heard he'll be leaving the club to Juventus or whatever. And with injury situation, they need a midfielder. So you guys can contact Arsenal if they are willing to pay you £1 billion. But Chelsea, no. What we need right now is a striker, and we are working to get Victor Osimhen. All right, I'm now to Victor Osimhen. Osimhen Victor. Why I told you I want to come back to this issue in my last video is very simple. The issue of Victor Osimhen right now, as it stands, Chelsea are doing everything possible to get him. The underground work is being done. That is why it's in the news. If the underground work is not being done, it will never come out in the news. It is only when they start to do the underground work, then they will leak it for propaganda purposes. Propaganda comes from the media. Media gives pressure on the issue. Media now exposes the issue. The work of the media in football. Media is what sells players. Media, journalists, they sell players. In football, it's the media, it's the journalist that sells the players. The pundits or the pandits, whichever you want to pronounce it. The pandits, they sell the players. And so once it's leaked and it's in the public domain, it now brings pressure on the owners to let the player go, because the player himself is willing to go. Right now we're hearing Victor Osimhen is willing to go. The club cannot keep hold of him when it's everywhere. Chelsea, Victor Osimhen, Chelsea, Victor Osimhen. It is good for the buyer, not good for the seller. You get it there? Uh-huh. So Ben Jacobs on Victor Osimhen. He said Victor Osimhen is undoubtedly an option for Chelsea. There could be a scenario where Chelsea tried to pre-sign Osimhen in January for the summer in order to jump ahead of the market. This is what I want to bring for you. To get him to Stamford Bridge in January will not make economic sense. If you look at my analysis I made in the previous video, Victor will be going for Afcon in January. And when he gets to Afcon, he might end up coming back end of February because the Afcon will end around middle of February. So we sign him in January. He will not touch a ball with Chelsea, then he will go to Afcon. He will spend 1 month in Afcon. That is if Nigeria is to go far in the tournament, then before he will come back. And don't forget, from that January, we have February, March, April, 3 months, then the season is about to come to an end. With the amount that's going to be involved, do you think it's worth it to sign a player like Victor Osimhen, signing him for goals, and for 4 weeks, he will not be available to score a single goal for us? It will not make economic sense. Now, Ben Jacob is coming up with the plan that Chelsea are going to execute, if possible. He said Victor Osimhen is undoubtedly an option for Chelsea. There could be a scenario where Chelsea tried to pre-sign Osimhen in January for the summer in order to jump ahead of the market. So the possibility is that Chelsea can finalize everything, but they'll hold on until summer before the player will come to Chelsea. Yes. They'll pre-sign the agreement and everything ahead of time. But at that time that he'll be going to Afcon, he will still be a player of Napoli. Then, my challenge is, when you go to Afcon, peradventure, he comes back with injury, which I said in the previous video. And that is one of the reasons why many people are now saying it's better Chelsea wait until after the Afcon. When a player comes back from Afcon, then we can sign him in the summer. But Ben Jacob is now saying that there could be a pre-agreement in place. There could be an agreement in place before the summer window. So that agreement, the whole world will know that he is going to Chelsea. After all, Nkuku, I think we signed Nkuku similar way. We signed Nkuku similar way, but he didn't just come immediately. So we can do the same thing with Victor Osimhen, which is allowed. This is why I told you I was going to come back for this special news for you. Ben Jacob report this. Victor Osimhen is undoubtedly an option for Chelsea. There could be a scenario where Chelsea tried to pre-sign Osimhen in January for the summer in order to jump ahead of the market. Let me hear from you in the comment section what you think about it. Yeah, what you think about it. Mauricio Pochettino absolutely loves Kylian Mbappe, but talking realistically, Victor Osimhen is his first choice. A summer move is more likely than a move in January, according to Matt Law. According to Matt Law via podcast. Yeah, these are insiders. You have to pay money to get details from them. You pay before you can get any information from them. And he's making it very clear. Now, Mauricio Pochettino absolutely loves Kylian Mbappe because there has been news a few days ago. I also presented that, but it was not very clear, so I have to hold on and get better information on it, which I will come maybe tomorrow on Kylian Mbappe. But talking realistically, Victor Osimhen is his first choice. Even though there's an opportunity, we could go in for Kylian Mbappe as well. Yeah. But realistically, Victor Osimhen is our first choice. A summer move is more likely than a move in January. What else do you want to hear? What else do you want to know or hear? Well. BBC Sports football statistician Chris Collinson reports Chelsea have an XG of 21.7 goals so far this term. XG of goals XG of 21.7 goals so far this term. That means, excluding penalties, they were expected to score almost 22 goals from the quality of chances they have had. That is the joint third highest in the Premier League, which points to them being creative and having plenty of chances so far in the campaign. I read somewhere as well that the Arsenal's position is where Chelsea is supposed to be right now. Looking at our XG, looking at our XG per game, we are supposed to be occupying the same position with Arsenal right now. That is it. All right, I have already reported to you what Matlo has said. Victor Osimhen will be Mauricio Pochettino's first choice striker. I don't see it happening in January, but in the summer, I can really see Osimhen joining Chelsea. Your thoughts on that? And on that note, let me just say a good or great night to you. And if you are in the morning already, good morning to you. Wherever you are, I will see you again when there are exclusives available. Remember, it's Bet Winner. Bet on the international games that have been played and win something great. Go to the description there, click on the link, register with Bet Winner, and use my promo code TEAM1979 and bet with Bet Winner. I'll see you on the other side when you see me. Shalom and peace.